At the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Aries, let me tell you what is actually going to happen. You are going to have such an interesting and rather important, eye-opening, realization. This important, interesting, eye-opening realization you're going to have, it's at the same time going to kind of be all about you realizing that now you're about to find yourself on a very special, a rather sacred journey in your life. That in itself is a lot to do with your own advancement, but it's also to do with an important alteration which you are going to need to make. This alteration is going to be absolutely everything, and first of all, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be so worried about something. You're going to be worried about making this alteration, and you're going to be going backwards and forward and backwards. That's what's going to happen until you realize just a couple of days later that if you don't make this alteration in your life, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be optimistic, because something is making your life being incomplete. Something is making your life being incomplete, and this is going to play a major role when it comes to you actually doing something about it. So this is going to be really brilliant when it comes to your spirit, when it comes to your soul, when it comes to you knowing that you are doing the right thing. You will know that you're going to move on towards such a powerful direction in your life, and at the same time it's a lot to do with your emotions, with you feeling optimistic, if you feeling excited. Now suddenly there is so much that it's going to be on your mind. I want to do this, I want to do that. This is even going to reflect on you, your relationships, the people in your life, you opening your eyes, you kind of paying attention to so much that you could be doing but you're not actually doing. So it's a lot to do with you feeling this on a personal level, my gorgeous Arini, but at the same time, this what I'm talking about here, it's also going to bring you a materialistic gain. So you've got a double mama coming here, and that's really brilliant indeed. And even more so, at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Erini, there is this beautiful woman in your life, this beautiful person in your life, this gorgeous woman. Hello, my darling. She's gorgeous in so many different ways. This person is gorgeous both inside and out. And this is either your family member, it's either someone who or it's either your friend, but it's someone really beautiful. This is a really beautiful person. And I understand, maybe you don't have anyone in your life. Maybe no family members are alive. That's normal, Maybe you don't have friends. What happens in that situation? Who is this person then? Well, it's going to be somebody who you feel a very strong connection to. Maybe somebody who you watch online. Maybe somebody who you listen to. Maybe somebody who you read about. Somebody who you listen to, somebody who you watch, and through that person, if you haven't got anybody in your life, then it's going to be somebody who you watch maybe on regular basis, and through that person you are most certainly going to understand something that you need to do. For example, okay, so this particular female, gorgeous, beautiful person in your life, this is somebody who you think is very gifted in so many different ways indeed. And through that person is actually going to play a really big role, because through that person you are going to realize some kind of desires, you're going to realize some kind of desires, and that in itself is going to give you very interesting ideas. And these ideas that you're going to become aware of are going to mean to you so much, because it's not about ideas, it's more about the actual desires that you're going to realize. What that person is going to tell you, or what that person is going to make you aware of, or what are you going to become aware of through that person, is like a very kind of passionate desires that you want to kind of tap into. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to start bringing you like kind of few very interesting ideas. What do you want to do? Because also this, what you're going to find out is going to like really protect you in so many different ways, you know, these ideas. And on your mind, it's at the same time going to be, there's some people going to be on your mind at the same time. Like you will be thinking about specific people or non-specific people, but there's some kind of people that are going to be on your mind. This is difficult to explain, and these people that are going to be on your mind, you are going to be thinking like, oh, you don't want to do something that they did, for example, because you're going to realize maybe this specific group of people have done something to themselves that they maybe shouldn't, type of thing, and almost as if you're going to feel really sorry for them. So this is what's going to be on your mind, and this is going to be that last little drop that is going to push you like, oh yeah, baby, I'm just like kind of going for it. So it's all going to be kind of very deep, rather complex, but it is going to really help you to, like, you know, step away from things that you don't want to be around, you know. So this is a lot to do with your own quality of life, but also not doing something that, you know, that made like this group of people, for example, very, very unhappy. You see, in so many different ways. Okay, so this is like something that only your own intuition can kind of bring you to this moment, to this point in life. So I really hope you make the right decision here, indeed, and you are going to, because you will not want to do something that you know that some people did, that they did something bad to themselves, for example, by doing this. So this is going to help you to get one step closer to some kind of like a really crazy truth, and then on another hand, one step away from things that you no longer want to be part of. So this is why this is going to be so important. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Erini, now you are gonna be like working on something here like a big giant mama. You're gonna be working on something here. You're gonna be kind of well intense, you know, you're really gonna like this. You're gonna enjoy yourself. It's something that you're gonna feel a very strong commitment to. So this is how you're gonna be able to recognize this. You are gonna feel a very strong commitment towards something, and you will want to dig in deeper. You will want to work on it, and then you're going to become super, super, super creative. And that creativity that I'm talking about, it's on one hand going to make you feel so spontaneous, but in the best possible way, because it gives you the strength, it gives you the willpower, it gives you confidence to deal with things that normally you would be like, not really going for it, because you would worry. So now, so it's all going to start with you feeling commitment towards something, and then you're going to become extremely creative. And then when you're very creative and you're working on something, you're creating, I told you about this before, you're creating a very powerful vibration, and you're creating a very powerful energy. So normally with things that you would be insecure about, you become very strong and you become very solid, and something is going to come to you, oh my God, you will want to express yourself, you want to declare what is going to come to your mind, my gorgeous Erini. But also at the same time, it's more about your own bravery, and this bravery in order to kind of like make the necessary step. You know, it's about you kind of like going somewhere, making an important decision, realizing that this is so important to you, but normally you would feel so scared, and now there is not going to be fear, my gorgeous Erini, whatsoever. So of course this is going to be quite important, and that in itself, it's really kind of starting the process of your own transition here when it comes to change, and when it comes to you like doing things in order to remove yourself from those things in your life that you are becoming so bored about. This in itself is going to need from you to understand that in order to make some kind of readjustment, you know, you are going to need to make a sacrifice. And I'm going to say this is not a bad sacrifice. This is a really good sacrifice. When it comes to this sacrifice, you're going to be like, oh, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Almost like if you're waiting for that moment in time, my gorgeous Erinis, indeed. So this sacrifice is actually going to be really good. Why? Because at the same time, not only this is going to bring success and gain into your life. But at the same time, by making that sacrifice, you're also overcoming one of the biggest problems of your life, one of the biggest challenges of your life. This is going to lead towards a major victory, in 62 days. After this moment in time, in exactly 62 days, something mind-blowing, it's going to happen to you. Something absolutely mind-blowing in the best possible way. Okay, so like that in itself, in exactly 62 days, what is going to happen, what is going to unfold, it's probably going to bring one of the greatest victories on so many different levels to your life. And also you are gonna become aware of a very, very successful negotiation at around the midweek, almost like as if you're gonna need to negotiate something with someone, and something is gonna be keep on putting you off again like there is no tomorrow. But I tell you, go for it, my gorgeous Arini, because this is going to be more important that you can possibly imagine. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Arini, you know you are really going to have this hermit mode. You know, and this is going to be at around the 18th or 19th of March. This reading is in between the 13th and the 19th of March. And this hermit mode that I'm talking about is going to be on the 18th or 19th of March. You are going to feel a little bit drained, a little bit tired. You are going to feel a little bit heavy. And when that happens, I want you to be very, very excited, you know, because this is, the more drained you feel, the more negative you feel, the more heavy you feel, the more, oh my God, the more like a Twilight Zone-ish you feel, the greater message you're actually going to have when it comes to this hermit mode indeed. And this, like, you know, so it's the time of like a self-illumination, and it's also like the time where you are really gonna have to be so honest with yourself. This is gonna be help you so much to be honest with yourself. Sometimes we are really kind of attached to certain things in our life and we don't let go, but we have to, because we live and learn, and things are constantly changing. We are changing every minute, every second, every hour, every month, every year, blah blah blah. We are changing all the time, so you can't always be in the same place. What I'm talking about here, it's going to be absolutely obvious. So something that you are like, something that you're in self-denial, you are going to be able to be honest with yourself here. Something is going to come to the surface, something that you're in self-denial. So you need to be honest with yourself, because that made you have a lack of determination and direction for a while, and it almost made you like maybe narrow-minded for the last few months with things in front of you that you shouldn't have been narrow-minded about. I'm not having a go at you, but I'm just saying that this is going to be a brilliant, beautiful spiritual moment of your own kind of unfoldment here, and this is going to be quite important when it comes to you moving on with your life. And that in itself, it's also the last part of this week, it's also going to be quite important, because somebody who is very loyal to you, like a family member, a friend, somebody who's very loyal to you, you know, it's going to like kind of have a quite interesting conversation with you. Maybe you're just going to go for a coffee, or you're going to be talking about roses and daisies or something, and then suddenly another conversation is going to start on one thing, you know, and then it's going to end up on something completely different, like, oh my God, so it's going to start like, you know, about Barbie dolls or something. No, I'm joking. Where did I get Barbie dolls? No, so you're going to start talking about something like something like really completely different, something really, I don't know, like maybe, oh yeah, I went out last weekend and blah blah blah, something, do you know what happened to me, blah blah, and then conversation is going to end up on something very, very serious, like really serious, and you're going to be talking about so many different aspects, and you're going to be loving this conversation, but it's more about that particular person. It's someone who's very intelligent in so many different ways, somebody who's very charismatic, and somebody who's very reliable, people, especially to you, and somebody who's quite consistent in your life. You know, that particular person is really going to suggest something to you to make some kind of like a quite wise investment. You may not realize that this is going to be quite wise investment, but oh my God, this is something you should go for it, because you are going to be able to like really work on those things in your life that have been dominating you, you know, in a negative way, by making the right decision, by making the right choice. You know what you're gonna do here, it's gonna make you feel so proud of yourself. It's not only gonna make you feel so proud of yourself, but you're gonna learn something very specific about yourself here. So you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this, okay? It's a lot to do with an important skill that you have, that it's also at the same time going to be highlighted, but at the same time this is actually going to lead towards an important recognition in general, towards such an amazing honor. This is going to lead towards a remarkable ultimate change in your life, and it's all through your own capability. You're going to find this extremely rewarding, but for some reason it's going to mean to you so much, the fact that you're going to impress so many people, my gorgeous Aries, with this indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.